Today's gospel reading is the call of the disciples, Peter, Andrew, James, and John, which seems like a good time to me to talk about eldership. A number of our churches in the sharing ministry, most of them in fact, will need to be calling new elders in this next year. You're going to be asked to discern who among us is being led by God into this role. But first, what's an elder? Eldership is a spiritual role of leadership in the church. The elders are the ones who make decisions prayerfully about the direction and ministry of our church. Whenever the elders meet, that's called a session, and session has oversight of all ministries in the congregation. They're responsible for supporting the membership of a church, reporting any pastoral concerns, supporting the minister in preparing the sacraments, guiding Christian education, maintaining stewardship and the mission of the church, basically everything. This doesn't mean, though, that elders actually do everything, at least they shouldn't. Instead, they are to empower and support committees and members within the congregation to be doing this work of Christ. It used to be the case that every member was assigned an elder, and if you had concerns or issues in your life, that you were encouraged to go to that elder first. This was especially helpful when we were congregations of 300 to 500 people. Nowadays, though, a lot of our churches have moved away from elder districts and instead assign particular tasks to each elder, some to pastoral care, others to worship or building, depending on their strengths. Each of your elders, however, are people that are trusted by the church, have a certain amount of spiritual wisdom and respect, and are people that you can approach if you have concerns or questions in your life. For churches that have a board of managers, there's sometimes some confusion about what a board member does versus an elder. So a board deals with all the practical things of church, the building, maintenance, and finance. It's a really important job, and our churches have been blessed with some very competent board members. The board works under the direction of session, but it's a cooperative relationship, and they work together in preparing for the annual meeting. But back to elders. Our congregations in the sharing ministry are in need of new elders, and I want you to consider whether God might be calling you. You're all probably going to say no. That's usually the reaction. But pray about it. Let your heart be open to it. It's not about whether you feel confident enough or equipped enough. It's about what Christ is asking you to do. Does the Spirit give you butterflies at the thought? In the discernment process, what will most likely happen is that the whole congregation will be presented a list of members. Only members of the church can be elected as an elder, although we will happily accept you as a member and then elect you as an elder on the same day, so don't let that hold you back. When you get that list, you'll be asked to consider who among us demonstrates gifts that would benefit session. Who do you see the Spirit nudging? The session will then collect those ballots, tally them, and will approach the person directly and see if they are willing to let their name stand. If they are, the congregation will vote on it and the person will be ordained as an elder. It is an ordination, by the way. It's done very prayerfully, with the laying on of hands, and it is a recognition of God's Spirit at work in your life, and that ordination lasts a lifetime. You won't always have to serve on session. You're free to step back when you need, but you will always be, in the eyes of the church, an elder. So, please pray about this. Pray about yourself and whether God might be calling you. And if you really don't want to do it, pray extra hard for someone else. We all need your prayers. Can I get an amen? Amen.